In this video, I'm going to show how to interpolate values in a table within Excel. If you're interested in data analysis and water resources engineering topics, please subscribe to the channel. It's in the bottom right-hand corner of the video. I would appreciate it, and you'll just get notifications of when a new video comes out. For this example, I do have X and Y values, and they are in increasing order. And the technique that I'm going to show, these values do need to increase. And you can see here that I have an X value of 5.5. So if we look at the table, we know that that is going to fall between values 5 and 6, which means that the corresponding Y value is going to be between 20 and 40. In fact, it's going to be halfway between. So we would expect our Y value to be 30. And that is what my solution is showing. And I'm going to show how I go about developing this solution in Excel. And I use the index and the match function in Excel in order to be able to do this. Now, match is going to give you a position, and index is going to give you a value. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with match. So it's looking for a lookup value. So I'm going to put in E1. That's the value that we're looking up. And I do anchor that because I'm going to move this formula over, so it just makes it easier. Our lookup array, since we are looking for an X value, our lookup array is going to be those values that are in column A. So we can do A5 through A8, and you can see that it does highlight the values. Our match type is going to be 1, which just means that it's looking for the largest value that is less than or equal to the X value. And so in this case, if we have 5.5 for the X value, then the number that it would find would be 5. But remember that match gives you a position, so we would expect this to be position 3. And you can see that that is what it's giving us. Now I'll just copy that over, and we would expect to get the same answer because we are using the exact same formula, but I'm just going to add 1 to this, and that's going to bring me to position 4. And I'm going to copy and then paste those two because the positions are going to be the same for both the X and Y values. So now I have my positions or my row number in the index. So now I'm going to then add index to solve for the actual value. So I'm going to put index, and it needs to know the array. So I'm pulling off X values in this case. So my array is going to be A5 through A8. I do need to add a parentheses. Now it's going to start to actually give me the values that I need for my interpolation. So I'm trying to find the X values that bracket the X values in the table that bracket this X value. Okay, so now I need to make sure that I'm getting my 6. So what I'm going to do now is, again, write out that index. And my array is going to be, once again, A5 through A8. And then I should get my 6. And I do. So now my X values are taken care of. Now I need to do the same thing for the Y values. Now, for my Y values, my array is different, right? My array is in column B. So I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to use the values in Y. And you might notice that I'm not putting in a column number for index, and it's because I'm only using one column in my index function. You could put in 1, but the default is 1, so I'm just leaving that out. And again, I need to put in my B5 through B8, and then I can close that. So now I have the correct X values. So 5.5 is bracketed by 5 and 6 on my X column, and it's bracketed by 20 and 40 on the Y column. And now I can just do a simple interpolation routine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my X value of E1 and I'm going to subtract it from the X below number because I want to find out how far that is away from X below. And then what I want to do is divide that by the entire X range that I have. So that's going to be E6 minus D6. And then what I want to do is multiply it by the Y range that I solved for. So again, that's going to be G6 minus F6. And then I need to make sure that I add that to F6. And you can see that that gives me 30. So it's given us the correct answer. You might be wondering what happens with this technique if we pick a number that actually is on the table in X. So we can pick 3. That gives us the correct answer. And then we can test it again. We can put in 4. We would expect to get 15, and we do. So hopefully this was helpful. You were able to figure out how to interpolate values in Excel. Again, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want notifications of when more videos come out. And I appreciate you watching this one.